Hello, Noisegate family. It is your boy Tom coming at you from lockdown. Podcasts have become very popular over the past half a decade. People have a lot more time to make and listen to podcasts. So a new breed of mixer was born, which is the podcast mixer. It's not exactly a new concept. Rode, Behringer and Zoom all have their own podcast mixers. But Tascam have now entered the fray with the Mixcast 4, and it certainly has a few features that put it ahead of the pack. So let's have a look at what the Mixcast 4 does to be different. But to do that, we need to, I think, sound a little better. So let's get into that right now. That's better. The Mixcast 4 looks and feels like a professional mixer. It has a nice metal chassis, heavy, long faders, and a pretty nice aesthetic going for it, which is still user-friendly. A lot of these podcast mixers, when they try to be user-friendly visually, they end up kind of looking like toys. But the Mixcast 4 definitely doesn't. The color-coded headphone knobs are a nice touch, and the large LCD touchscreen is probably, I think, one of the best features it has. It gives you access to all the processing and is big enough that you're not trying to wrestle with this tiny screen, pressing all the buttons and everything like that. When we look under the hood of these mixers, the true purpose of this new classification, the podcast mixer, comes to light. These mixers are designed to be a one-stop shop for recording podcasts, giving you the tools to produce professional recordings. All onboard processing is there specifically to improve the quality of the recorded human voice. The Mixcast 4 offers compression, de-essing, noise compression, all crucial tools when it comes to producing a high-quality vocal recording. The mix minus on the telephone input means guests calling in will be spared hearing themselves on the call, albeit delayed, which will make it very hard for them to talk. This can also be turned off. The Mixcast 4 sports some new features which we've not seen yet in these podcast mixers. It has a USB output delay. This is very handy for streamers who have issues with the latency between their audio and visual sources.
It has a voice changer effect to hide the identity of your guests. Yeah.
Anti-feedback function for recording with monitors. This stops mics and monitors creating a feedback loop. This is a very beginner-friendly feature. This is very handy for people who don't have headphones or have no other way to monitor their mixer without it being played through speakers. Perhaps the most powerful feature that the Mixcast 4 has over the competition is the editing software that comes with it. This editing software makes the Mixcast 4 infinitely more powerful. You have access to multiple effects on each channel, which you can tweak in the program. You can record everything multi-track, as it does act as a 14-in 2-out USB interface. And it's a very, once again, in the same vein as the Mixcast 4, user-friendly product. It really, when I opened it, it seemed like a breeze to use. Everything was very well explained and everything was well put out and in a minimal way, so it's not overwhelming when you open it up. One of the coolest things that the editing software has is this normalize feature. So when you go to export your podcast, you can actually set the volume. It'll limit it for you to a certain number of LUFS, which is a unit of loudness. This is crucial because when you want to upload a podcast to a podcast streaming platform, it has to be a certain level of loudness, has to be a certain amount of LUFS. Otherwise, it's far too quiet for people to listen to. So this is incredibly necessary because if you don't put it that loud, then no one's going to listen to it because it's going to be too quiet to listen to. They've really ticked all the boxes with this software. Tascam have hit the podcast mixer scene running with their new Mixcast 4. It's a well-designed product with many features that sets it apart from the competition. And when you combine it with the editing software, it can record, edit, mix, and master a podcast all in one. And I forgot to mention that it can also do that to an SD card. As always, check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to chuck us a little like down the bottom there. Oh, and I almost forgot. It has one feature which I think is incredibly useful.